I think alhamdulillah, it's been really good because I think I'm more of a very interactive person and I like the whole idea that it's been it's been discussion based and the whole way coming from yesterday to today it's been very structured. So in that sense I think alhamdulillah it's been really good. I feel like it's organised in the sense that I am taking steps in understanding things in a better way.
What are your thoughts on the subject matter? Do you find it an interesting topic?
I think it's a very important topic given the current situation, given the time that we're living in, because it addresses differences, but it also gives you a view and an outlook in which to approach these issues. So it allows us to see that, okay, yes, there are differences among scholars, but they are valid differences and you can accept them and you can be open-minded. And I love the way that they teach you to learn. So learning about learning, no, honestly, it's you get to see how to approach a topic, and it's not just the topic itself. So it's a skill. They teach you a skill, and I find that very fascinating.
This weekend has been an eye-opener. It's been an extremely educational time for me. I've spent a long time doing medicine, so a lot of my studies and sort of emotions and work and brain power has gone into that, and I felt now is the time to make sure that I don't lose out on the spiritual side, and so this has been a really good beginning to that.
How are you finding the style of teaching with its discussion-based questions?
The style of teaching is excellent. Sheikh Fahim, he's come up with a method where there is discussion throughout the entire day. So everything is through discussions, it's through learning from other people and experiences, and then he gives us his words of advice, and I think that's the best way to learn.
Do you have any particular highlights?
It's very hard to pick one thing out because so much is packed into one day, and I have to say the time flies. We don't look at the watch or the clock because one moment we start, next moment it's time to finish. But if I had to pick one thing, I think for me it's about opening our minds and our hearts to the possibility that there is difference, that difference does not mean wrong, and so being more accepting of people and their views.
Finally, would you recommend this to anybody?
Oh yes, 100%.
It's been really good. I really enjoyed the format. I mean, 9 to 5 is quite long, but there's been regular breaks, and the format I really enjoyed. It's really engaging. So you're not just sitting there listening the whole time. You're discussing, you're answering questions, you're thinking. It's been really invigorating, actually.
What do you think about the subject at hand? Are you enjoying this weekend's topic?
I think, this is one of the most interesting modules, I think, because it's about all those juicy questions in our religion, and all those things about what can we do, is this allowed, is that not allowed, why? And some of the questions we've been dealing with in class have been like things that have been bugging me for many years, in fact. So it's been really good, it's been really interesting.
You mentioned how you're finding this weekend engaging. Could you elaborate more about the teaching style and what are your thoughts about it?
I've been to many courses, but this one's quite unique in the way it's taught. Sheikh Fahim is really good. He's really good at coming down to the level of the student, and in a way that we can relate to him. He gives really good examples. He can make us laugh as well. And the teaching style is actually one in which he gets us to do a lot of the talking. So he tries to facilitate and excite a discussion around the topic, and from that we're all learning from each other. So I think it's been really unique. The way it's been designed has been quite unique, the course, and the way it's delivered and taught, inshallah.
Final question, would you recommend this course to anybody?
I would definitely recommend it, and the reason is that it's actually so well structured that we often attend random courses in random locations, random topics, but this course will tie everything together and give you that systematic understanding of all the important things in our religion. And that's number one. Number two is the way it's taught. You will really enjoy it. And number 3 is the topic are really comprehensive. And you know, one weekend every 2 months is not really much of a commitment, so I'll definitely recommend it, and you really won't regret.
Yeah, I enjoyed the topic. Being the first Islamic course, I went to lots of discussions and lots of different views, and it helped me just understand Islam and how it can affect your lifestyle, how you can choose different decisions. So you don't have to make, you get your own say in how to make the right decisions, as when you look at the Quran, how to interpret it and everything, and why the scholars differ. When we learn about that, we learn about ourselves as well. What views do we have and how it affects our choices in life.
Yeah, about the why scholars differ module, I thought it was good to allow you to understand exactly why scholars differ. I know it sounds pretty obvious, but it's just when people make it sound very clear-cut, so when you're following Quran and Sunnah, you're being proper Muslim, it makes it hard to understand why it is that people who are following just Quran and Sunnah may have differing opinions. This course actually showed how you can have 2 arbitrary people following Quran and Sunnah, but then they'd have quite a range of opinions that are different to one another, and both of them can be justified, but just differently. And I found that to be the main thing that I found really
Different points of view.
Yeah, interesting about this.
So far, the course has been quite interesting because it takes a very challenging approach. It really gets you to critically think about the content through questions and open discussion, which I find very interactive, and it makes it very pleasant and very enjoyable, as well as you gaining a decent understanding and a good understanding of the material as well.
Do you have any particular highlights for this weekend?
Just the fact that it was a positive experience. I wasn't really sure what I was going to expect, so I'm quite happy with the decision.